All right, Shalom. First and foremost, before I start this lesson, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us all this truth. And Shalom to all the Achim in this truth and sincerity, starting with the 144,000 and the one-third of the nation of Israel, which we're fighting to be a part of. All right, this is your brother Chabar Yakal coming back once again, Lord willing, with a short and edifying lesson. And the title is benefits of serving the Lord, all right? Which first and foremost, the name of the Lord is Yahweh. That's the name of the Most High God, Yahweh. And the name of his only begotten Son is Yahweh Shai, all right? And those are the true names of the Most High God and his Son, which we are as Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you Israelite foreigners, the elect of us, Lord willing, we're a part of that. We are to call on that name, all right? As it is written in Proverbs 18:10, it's a strong tower. But this lesson is just going to be going into a few benefits of serving the Lord, because there's actually a reward, for what we're doing, And I believe I just did a lesson going into that reward, all right? But, hey, we got to constantly remind ourselves of the benefits of the truth, because, yeah, there's bitterness in the truth, the straight gate. We're going to have to go through Jacob's trouble. We're going to have to go through the hour of temptation, and it's not going to be easy, and it's only going to get harder. As hard as it is right now, we haven't even gotten to the hard part. So, one thing to help your mind, one thing to comfort you is remembering the benefits. So, without further ado, Psalms 103, 1 through 5. All right, Psalms chapter 103. Starting at the top, it says, Psalm of David. Bless the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Right, that holy name. And that's why we constantly make mention of those names, because no matter what, certain wicked individuals say, we have to continue to mention and uphold and praise those holy names, all right? Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. It says, bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits. See, it's like you got to tell yourself, you got to, talk to your own soul. You got to look into your own soul. That's the only way that you can grow, by looking into your own soul. You have to tell your soul, don't forget all the benefits of the Lord, of serving him. All right? Because the Lord is not unrighteous, like it says in the book of Hebrews chapter 6. He's not unrighteous. All right? He sees the labor that we do for his name. He sees that we're praying to him day and night. He sees that we're meditating on him. All right? And that's something that you can't fake. All right? Because no one, you could fake, you could be in front of men and fake, believing or whatever. All right? But within your own mind, all right? Like Marcus Aurelius says, within the citadel of your mind, you can't fake, meditating on the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and meditating on the truth. That's within your own mind, all right? That's literally between you and the Most High. Verse 3, who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases. And we need to be forgiven, man, because we're covered with sin. All right, like even David said in King David said in Psalms 51, he said, I was shapen in iniquity. Excuse me. He said, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. So Yahweh Shai also said, how do you say it? Adulterous generation. He said something like that. All right, because you weren't in these vile bodies, man. So we need to be forgiven. So that's the benefit of serving the Lord. Ultimately, he's going to forgive us. He's going to forgive us in the best way possible. All right. by giving us new bodies. You know, he's going to give us a clean slate. All right. All right. It's kind of like that movie Avatar. You know, the dude, he had the main character, which his name was Jake. You know, which is spiritual. You know, he was in a crippled, messed up body, and then he got a new body. All right. Now, of course, you know, it's Esau's, you know, pseudoscience, you know, cloning and shit. But really, that movie was still spiritual, though. You know, he got a new body at the end. You know, and it was a permanent change. You know, at first he had to go in that machine, but then at the end they did a ritual, and he had that new body. All right. But you know, that's beside the point. That's a part of the benefits. All right. And that, hey, it says, who healeth all thy diseases. That goes into that. When we get that new body, the Lord is going to heal all our diseases. All right. It says, who redeemeth thy life from destruction, who crowneth thee with loving kindness and tender mercies. So how is he going to redeem our life from destruction? All right. By sending his angels, you know, to put a hedge on about us and save us out of all calamity, or out of all destruction, and ultimately from that nuclear destruction, which is going to destroy Babylon the Great, aka America. Let me get the word for redeem, just for edification's sake. It says Ga'al, and it says to redeem, act as kinsman, redeemer, avenge, revenge, ransom, do the part of a kinsman, to redeem. It says individuals from death, Israel from bondage, from Egyptian bondage. All right, and you know, we're in modern day Egypt. America is known as, you know, spiritually Sodom and Egypt. You know, that's in Revelation 11. Okay. Excuse me. So that's what the Lord means by redeeming us, just as he did to the Israelites in Egypt. He's going to do it again for the Israelites, this time the elect of Israel, out of New Egypt, which is, you know, aka America, spiritual Egypt. All right. So that's how the Lord is going to redeem us with salvation. It says, who satisfieth thy mouth with good things, so that thy youth is renewed like the eagles. And, you know, how does he satisfy our mouth with good things, all right? I mean, on a carnal level, you could say that's talking about herbs, you know. You know, it says in Psalms 104, I believe verse 18, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I know it's in Psalms 104. It speaks about the Lord created herbs for the service of men, Salakia. So you could say on a carnal level, you know, that's how he satisfies us, but on a spiritual level with this truth. Because this truth is full of all good things, you know, the bitter and the sweet. You know, the bitter is hard to eat, but really at the end of the day, it's good for you. Just like the herbs, the bitter herbs, you know, like, you know, wormwood, all right, you know, things of that nature, all right, horseradish. You know, certain herbs are very bitter, but it's necessary. And then you got the sweet, which is the benefits, you know. So taking the bitter and the sweet, you know, is good for you. You know, just like honey. Honey is extremely good for you. You know, it's antifungal, all right, it's antibacterial, bacterial. Okay, it's you know, it's good for your sinuses. Okay. So that's the good things he satisfies our mouth with. And it says, so that thy youth is renewed like the eagles, which ultimately this truth is going to renew us. And the Lord is going to, you know, give us that power. All right. He's going to give us spiritual power to be able to fly like an eagle. All right. That's not even being poetic. All right. There's going to come a day where the Lord is going to give his men power because they were faithful unto him. It says that in Isaiah 40, and I want to say 30, Isaiah 40 and 30. Let me look that up real quick. That's not even being poetic. You know, we're actually going to be renewed and have the power to fly like an eagle. Let me see. Yeah, it is 30. I'm gonna just get straight to the point. Isaiah 40:31, it says, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength." And part of waiting on the Lord is keeping the word of his patience. All right. It says, which means essentially to endure to the end. It says, shall renew their strength. That's part of the Lord, renewing us, renew our youth. All right. Because even young men in this truth, such as myself, these bodies are still messed up, So the Lord is going to renew us with our youth. He's going to give us the power, the strength that we had in the ancient world. He's going to give us, the Lord is going to make us, Lord willing, we wait on the Lord and continue to be faithful. He's going to literally make us like ancient men in modern times, in the times that we're coming into in Jacob's trouble. All right. If you took if you took an ancient world man, like from the time of David or Samson, and brought them here, he would be like a god. He would be like a superhero compared to everyone else. The Lord's going to renew our youth like the eagles. It says, they shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. So the Lord is going to actually give us the power of flight. All right. And we can't tell you how he's going to do it. We can't tell you how exactly it's going to look, but we can tell you that it's going to happen. All right. And of course, there's carnal, movies and comic books and anime that show you, powers such as being able to fly. So those are like good visuals, but the Lord is going to make it a reality. Let me see, next scripture I'm going to get. Isaiah 65:20-23. Isaiah 65 at verse 20, it says, there shall no more, and this is speaking about in the kingdom of heaven, all right, this is another benefit. It says, there shall no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that hath not filled his days, for the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. So another benefit is long life. All right, and like I said, these bodies that we're in, even young men, all right, I'm not even talking about, the apostles or other brothers that are like up in age. I'm going all the way down to the young men, which shows you how much more the older men that our bodies are broken down. These bodies are through, all right? Okay. And I'm a young man myself, so, I can speak, on behalf of young men. But I can honestly say that the body that I'm in is still through, So how much more like the apostles, man? And that's why the Lord has to, renew us. He has to reinvigorate us and give us, give us those new bodies ultimately. It says, Slakia. Go back to reading on to verse 21, it says, and they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them in the kingdom, all right? We're going to have all type of land and servants that are actually going to be in the fields working for us, just like our people had to do to them, the so-called Negroes, working the cotton fields, the sugar cane. The northern kingdom also had to work, even to this very day. All right, you got Issachar doing the landscaping, construction. All 12 tribes do the hard labor. So in the kingdom, it's going to be like that. For us, we're going to have our servants, the other nations, the same ones that had us working for them. We're going to have them working for us in the kingdom. All right, beginning with Esau, Edom, and the rest of you other nations. It says, they shall not build and another inhabit, they shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. So again, the point that I wanted to get is the Lord, another benefit of the Lord is long life, all right? It mentioned us having land and being able to keep that land forever. But not only that, it's not like we're going to have land and then pass it down to our children. That in and of itself is good, but it's going to the Lord's going to do it a step further, and we're going to be able to enjoy our land and our possessions forever, because we're going to live forever. All right, we're going to have land, and we're never going to have to pass our land down, because we're always going to be alive. So that's another benefit: long life, everlasting life. So what was that? Let me see. It's 23. I'm gonna read 23. It says, "And they shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai, which is the elect, and their offspring with them." Okay, so our children are gonna have long life, which I'm saying long life, but really everlasting life, just like us. Lord willing, we endure. So that's another benefit. Matthew 19:27. Excuse me. Matthew chapter 19 and verse 27, it says, "Then Peter answered and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto him, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration," right? Because, the apostles are in the elect, in the spirit, all of the elect, the 144,000, we have come back into this knowledge that we already had. All right, our pure minds were stirred up. We already had this in our past lives. That's why I said in the regeneration. Okay, when we heard those names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, man, we remembered ourselves. All right, our pure minds were stirred up. So that's what he means in the regeneration, which is another way of saying reincarnation. We already knew Yahweh Shai. If we're of the elect, we knew him in the beginning. Okay, before the earth was even created, we knew Yahweh Shai. It says, "When the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, he also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel." That's another benefit. Being able to, rule, all right, being able to have authority, to the level of, what you say goes, all right? Which we're gonna, the commands that we're gonna give out is gonna come from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, but the Lord's going to give us the privilege of being able to have that position of power. All right, that's a benefit. It says, "And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake," there goes the name again, Yahweh Yahweh Shai. This is what we're doing this work for, the namesake of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, so that his name is magnified and declared. All right. It says, "Shall receive an 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life." All right, and that's one of the ultimate benefits of serving the Lord, everlasting life, man. Long life. Just like a tree really never dies, unless, it's pollution or, a forest fire or somebody cuts it down. But there's certain trees that are pretty much like immortal, and the Lord's going to give us that. All right, which goes right into the scripture I'm going to end off with. 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 52. And it says, "In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump." This is speaking about when Yahweh Shai comes back. He's going to come back at the last trump. The last trump is the last plague, which is the nuclear missile. All right, and that trumpet is one of those chariots what the world ignorantly calls UFOs, makes that loud trumpet, like on that movie War of the Worlds. I can't even really do a sound effect with my mouth, like a trumpet. Doo doo doo. It's gonna be a loud trumpet, man, and it's not gonna sound like that though. but you get the idea, It says, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed, right? Because right now in these bodies, these bodies are dying daily. All right, we're not living. Okay, we're really dead, we're really just existing, but we're going to be raised incorruptible and changed, the Lord's going to give us new bodies. It says, "For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality." All right, the Lord's going to give us immortality with those new bodies. So lowliness was edifying to the elect, And I'm ending off by saying, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakurash, and Shalom.